Hey guys, it's Stephanie. I am back with another book review for you guys. Again, this is another 5 star. It's really good, you guys. I picked this up. I have to tell you guys, I picked this up at Barnes& Noble literally based on the front cover. I didn't even read the back. I did not know what this book was about. And then so I have a huge cart. Actually, my cart looks very much like this, but I have two of them full of books. And when I pulled out a selection for my husband to pick, he also picked this book strictly based on the cover. So if you are a cover fan like I am, you need this book. It's so good. And I'm talking about the Inheritance Games. So it is a series. There are 2 books. There's another book coming. The only bad thing is if you guys need the series to be complete, do not even bother with this because the 3rd book isn't coming out until I think August of next year, which is a really long time. Trying to hang in there. I flew through these books. So I picked this one up literally based on the cover. Look how beautiful it is. I honestly assumed it was a fantasy book. It's not. It's really, really good. I think this is considered young adult. I think I found it on the book talk table at Barnes & Noble, so I'm not 100% sure. But I'm fairly certain that this is young adult. It's really, really good. So basically, it is about this girl, Avery Grams. She has lived a hard life. Her mom has died. Her dad's a deadbeat. She lives with her half-sister who takes care of her because her dad's nowhere around. They share the same dad, by the way. And her sister has an abusive boyfriend, and she's just trying to graduate high school, people. So at the beginning of the book, her sister takes the abusive boyfriend back, and so she's like, peace out, I'm gonna go live in my car. I can't live with you if he's gonna be here because it's just not working for me. So she's living in her car, she goes to school, and the one scene that really stuck out to me is she gets called down to the principal's office. She's incredibly smart, okay? Gets called down to the principal's office because she is the only person in her class that scored 100% on this test. And I believe it was like statistics or it was some really hard class. And she's like, cool, I got 100. And the principal basically accuses her of cheating and is like, hey, the teacher leaves copies of his exams in his desk. Did you know this? There's no way that you could have gotten 100%. This teacher purposely writes these tests so you can't get 100. And she's like, well, one, that's really crappy if he's writing these tests because he wants you to fail. And she's like, two, I didn't cheat. I will retake the test. And the principal's like, well, good, because he's writing another test and it will be ready next week. And she's like, no, I want to retake the test now, like right now. So she retakes the test. She gets 100. The principal's like, well, I think we all learned something here. Like, never apologizes to her, right? So the next day, she gets called back into the principal's office, assuming that the test had been graded. And there is this like boy that's a few years older than her in a really nice Armani suit. Her sister's there, which is kind of odd. And the boy basically like orders this principal around and is like, we need a moment. I'm done with you. And so the principal leaves and she's like, this is very strange. So then she finds out that this family, the Hawthorns, had been sending her certified mail for weeks, and her sister threw it away because she thought it was spam, which basically was like, you've been listed in Tobias Hawthorne's will. You're required to be there for the will reading. Please respond by this date. And her sister thought it was a scam, so she threw it away. So Grayson Hawthorne comes to find her and is like, it is not a scam. You 100% have to be there. He has been dead for a few weeks. The will needs to be read. I have a plane waiting. So she goes to Texas. Why does all this weird stuff always happen in Texas? But she goes to Texas and she finds out that Tobias Hawthorne has died. She does not know who this person is, and she has been named in the will. And the stipulation of the will was she had to be there for the will reading. So she walks into this giant house. Like, basically, homeboy bought hundreds and hundreds of acres of land in Texas and started with one room and then just kept building onto it. So this house is like full of puzzles and mazes and secret passages, and it sounds really cool, honestly. And he has 2 children, both females, and then he has 4 grandsons. And of course, all the grandsons are like super attractive, right? Like, it's young adult, they're gonna be hot, right? So Grayson is one of them. Then you have Nash, you have Xander, and then you have Jameson. And when she first meets Jameson, he is shirtless and drunk on the balcony and hops off the second floor balcony. I digress. So basically the whole point of this book is she goes to the reading and she finds out that she Googles this guy on the way there and finds out he's worth like billions of dollars. And when the will is being read, she finds out that he's left like the little house on the land to the housekeeper and $100,000, $50,000 to his two daughters. He's left $100,000 to each of his grandsons, and then he's left everything to her. Everything. So of course the family's like, who the F are you? Like, he left you his entire fortune, like everything. And the only stipulation was that she had to live at Hawthorne House for a year. So this whole book is about how she's trying to solve a riddle, basically. So one of the grandsons, Jameson, is like, look, my grandfather's never as he seems. Every year he had puzzles for us. Something is off. And she's like, I don't even know who he is. And she's like, everything's connected. So this whole book is like a series of puzzles trying to figure out, did he know her? Like, is she connected to the family? She does have this like weird that's not weird. She has this attraction to two of the grandsons, but they can't figure out why she's there. And so there's lots of puzzles, there's lots of riddles. When she first shows up at the house, Jameson drops a bag of 100 keys out the balcony and locks the door and is like, have fun. And she figures it out in like 5 minutes, and he's totally impressed, and he tells his brothers she figured it out faster than any of us did. So she's really good at puzzles, she's really good at riddles, and it's just really about them like figuring out and unraveling this huge mystery. And then the second book, The Hawthorne Legacy, really deep dives into the family. And, you know, at one point there's a hit on her, and it's crazy, you guys. It's so good. I would say this is perfect for 12 and up. There's no sex in there. There's no graphic violence. It's all like really interesting, like puzzles and riddles, and so good. I read each of these in about a day, couldn't put them down, and now I am irritated that the third book isn't out. So if you guys like these type of books where you're trying to solve a riddle, you're trying to figure something out, you need The Inheritance Games and The Hawthorne Legacy. I will say, like, my only pet peeve is when series comes out not in the same format. So, like, Inheritance Games I could only find in paperback, and The Hawthorne Legacy I could only find in hardback. Another pet peeve of mine is when they put stickers on. Stop doing that, please. Barnes & Nobles, please stop. Or make them removable. Just removable. Anyways, I love these. I gave them both 5 stars. I thought they were great. It really kept my interest. I think I read this one like in one afternoon, like could not put it down. God bless my husband. He like took the kids, let them go swimming so I could sit outside and just like deep dive into this book. It was so, so good. So if you've read these books, let me know what you think. I absolutely love them. I think they're phenomenal. If you guys have read books similar to this, let me know, because I am totally down with this genre. So that's all I have for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're liking the book reviews, make sure to let me know. And let me know if you like these. And that's it. That's all I have. I hope you guys have a great day wherever you are. You're staying warm or cool or however the weather is. I hope you're enjoying it. And I will see you guys in my next video.